Are you asking yourself, does IUL really work? Well, I'm going to show you today a case and a client who has taken out two different policies over the last 10 years, and I want to show you exactly how IUL has worked for him. Hi, my name is Emron Andrew, and I'm excited to be here with you today and going through part one of this client's how does IUL really work? And this part one here is of this first policy this client of mine has taken out back in 2013. So 2013 is when he started his very first IUL policy. He is a 30-year-old young entrepreneur. He's actually a day trader. So he's a financial advisor. He's a day trader, does a lot of his own day trading every single day. May even do some trading for others, but mostly focused on trading with a lot of his own money. And the funny thing is as he's trading with his own money, that's how he tries to make a living here and there. Why did he want to pull out an IUL? Well, he wanted to pull out an IUL like many others. Why many others want it. And that is for liquidity, for safety, for rates of return, for tax benefits, for predictability. I mean, what he does every single day in the market, he knows and understands how the markets run and how the markets move. And yes, he makes money every single day in his day trading practice. Yet over here is where he likes to put his serious cash. So I'd like to take you deeper into his very first policy that we established for him with his very first bucket of serious cash. Now, like I said, he started his very first policy in 2013. So 2014 was the very first year we would have seen any of his first statement, 1 year into his statement, 1 year into everything. So I want to show you what we actually projected for him. So back in 2013 here, you'll see that we were assuming a rate on his IUL that time of 7.5%. And with that 7.5% growth there, in order for him to put in the premiums he wanted to put in here, he's going to have a death benefit of $344,000. And as he puts in his premiums every single year, and he's putting in a total of $37,000 over the next 10 years. And so as I stick that $37,000 in over the next 10 years, we've got his accumulation value sitting here and his net cash value here. Now, if we look at this, so this would have been at 2014. What would his cash value assuming to be? His accumulation value, meaning how much money does he have in his account, earning interest. His surrender value, how much money does he have access to? So that's exactly what we projected he would have 1 year into his policy in 2014, $8,268. In 2015, $17,000. 2016, $26,000. 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, and now here in 2022, we were projecting here that he would have $44,578 in his accumulation value. I mean, that's how money is in his account, earning interest. He has access to $41,545, and he's got $344,000 of death benefit still in order to make sure, again, this all complies with TEFRA, DEFRA, and also with TAMRA. Now, as we look at this, let's fast forward today, because right here we are in 2022. And so I want to show what his policy has actually done. So when we look at the actual results of his policy, as we look at his statement that we just received here recently, as I forward into here is the statement ending September 5th of 2021 to September 4th of 2022. So this is ending September of 2022. You can see he's got all of his money right here, $47,000 from that year. 100% of his money right here is in we call the Bloomberg U.S. Dynamic Balance Index. Now, this is a low volatility index. And if we look at this last year, we can see there's been lots of volatility. There's also been lots of losses in the market. In fact, the market overall is at a loss. And what is so beautiful about an IUL? Well, when the market goes down, we don't lose due to that market volatility. So just because the market goes negative, we don't go negative. We don't get a negative rate of return. As you can see right here, he got, what was his interest rate this year? It was 0%. Okay, 0%. And even with a 0% rate of return, you can see here, we were supposed to have $44,000. He started that year with $47,000. $46,000. So we were already way ahead of schedule here. And so if I look at his actual statement here, again, ending in September 4th of 2022, he had at the beginning of the year $47,621. So we were already 1-2 years ahead of his original projection and ahead of his schedule here. Now with his no interest credits, so 0 credits, and that's even despite getting no interest this last year. So can IUL work? Well, IUL work? Absolutely it works. Not only in this situation here, this works when we gain returns and even when we experience those losses. And now this next year, if the market rebounds here, we'll be right back up ahead of schedule here. But this is a fun, wonderful account here to show that this account already shows that it's ahead of its year 10 projection, even when we're only in year 9 right now. Now he did have his insurance fees come out this last year here, so he's got a net balance right here of $46,592.87. So $46,592. He was supposed to have right here, if we look at it, he was supposed to have $44,000. So he's basically got what he's supposed to have 1 year from now. So we are 1 year ahead of schedule, even with earning no returns this last year. Now that is the power of an IUL. And that is exactly what drove him to even open up a second, larger IUL that I want to cover in part 2.